Okay, I am back with some more Final Fantasy XIV. So, hello, Ground Dog. How are you? I'm going to continue on with my role quest. I'm going the wrong way. That's good. Being at home is good. I just got up like an hour ago. Got myself some coffee and ate some salad for breakfast. US, yeah, United States. Been here all my life. How fares the deacon? Well enough given the circumstances. Though understandably shaken, he is more determined than ever to help his fellows. Truly he is possessed of a stout heart. But to think that even a member of the Synod could succumb to despair in turn. The crisis gripping the church is far graver than I had imagined. I'm pushing for such an abrupt separation of religion and state. In pushing for such an abrupt separation of religion and state, we may have exacerbated the growing divide between the clergy and the general populace. Devel, will you recount in full that which you witnessed in your vision? That hurt. I just took a sip of coffee and some of it went down the wrong pipe. I hate it when that happens. That he should seek to use one of Alec's unholy abominations to create a primal. Yet that which manifested was not like the being you fought, but rather retained the form of a man, one driven by the desire to protect the Archbishop. We may safely assume the bishop did not have sufficient ether. Bereft of Nidhogg's eye, the sword Ascalon no longer has such power, nor does that of the warring triad remain to be harnessed, thanks to your valorous intervention. Ah yeah, I remember that. I remember dealing with the warring triad. But if the summoning failed, how did the clone come to possess life? And what purpose drives it? Lack of ether notwithstanding, the necessary components were present for a summoning. Perhaps the ritual itself was a success, and the vessel, though imperfect, arose as a champion of the Archbishop. Yet how did he come to be in the Central Highlands? You believe that this clone and the man who became the blasphemy are one and the same? Makes sense. Nay, I merely speculate. Yet considering that we know of the clone, and in vain, it would seem a likely possibility. Whatever the truth may be, it will not elude us forever. But first, I must lay some groundwork for the next phase of our investigation. God's permitting, I will have news to share ere long, so pray look in on us when you can. I will in like 2 seconds. Or 3, depending on how long it takes to get out of this. like, oh, come check in on us later, and then I just stand here and look at them expectantly, thinking to myself, I'm ready. Trying to figure out which scroll quest line I want to do next. I think healer. I heard that one's pretty good. Devel, you are ever a sight for sore eyes. Ill tidings, my friends. I dispatched the temple knights to find the clergymen who aided in Bishop Vardy's summoning attempt. Regrettably, when confronted, all turned and had to be put down. That all happened in only like, what, 10 seconds? Well, 10 seconds? He was only gone for 10 seconds. Without their accounts, how then to ascertain that the clone and Vayne are the same individual? Maintaining the assumption that they are, perhaps we should instead consider how Vayne may have found his way to Korthos. According to Devel's vision, he was abandoned in Azislaw, but what did he do afterwards? Then there is but one way to ascertain the truth. We follow his trail. Always going to Azislaw? I shall go and search for the clone in Azislaw. If he is still there, then we are dealing with a different individual. A splendid idea. We leave the floating continent in your capable hands. Meanwhile, Devel and I shall retrace Vayne's steps whence he first appeared. Upon being found in the Central Highlands, he was taken to Camp Dragonhead. Let us begin by making inquiries there. Alright, I wanted to go to Azislaw. This is fine. Okay, where am I going? Oh, Camp Dragonhead. Who am I talking to here? This person. Ah, 'tis ever an honor to receive you. What brings you to our humble camp this day? An injured man who was found out in the wilds? Yes, I know the one. I was with the patrol that chanced into him north of here, at Providence Point. He was unconscious and in a bad way, and we hurriedly bore him back to camp. After doing what we could for him, we sent him on to the city. Your exchange with Yell has taught you about where Vayne was found. Next one is up. That guy. Theoblin? Investigating the stranger we found, are you? I wasn't involved myself, so I can't tell you much about the fellow. But in case it is of interest, earlier the same day I caught sight of an airship flying dangerously low. It soon disappeared into the brewing snowstorm, looking none too steady. This has taught you about an airship flying low. Okay. In here? Yes, in here. Nene? Well now, if it isn't the late Lord Horchefont's dear friend, is there something you require? Ah yes, the mystery man. I was among those who tended him. He was not attired for the snow, much less the snowstorm in which he had been caught. I was suffering from frostbite. When people are extremely cold, they may mistakenly feel that they are warm and disrobe. That might explain his state of undress. Vane's state when he was found. Learned about that. Now to report back to Emmerich. And he's at Camp Dragonhead, which is good. There you are. Were you able to learn aught of interest? Yeah, plenty. A mysterious man found collapsed after an airship was seen flying low. Yes, the accounts I heard are consistent with yours. I, for one, am curious about the fate of this unknown airship. To that end, I have arranged a pair of black chocobos for us to more efficiently to scour the area. We shall continue our search to Providence Point, where Vane is said to have been found. Okay. If you are ready, let us be off. It's so funny that these things can fly. We want to keep... How much higher are we going to fly? Nothing so far. Let us continue northeast. I mean, I haven't been here in a while. I guess we found something. There it is. Oh, there's a dragon nearby it. Oh wait, that's, that must be the... Profane Fafnir. By the Fury, it's the blasphemy. Oh, he has a cut. His Eminence must protect his Eminence. Ah, you're finally awake. Alone be praised. How are you feeling? Strong enough to speak? Can you tell me your name? My name is... Oh, he's thinking to himself. Zephyrin, no. Cherubert, or was it Valgwyn? Paul Crane? So many names swirling in my head and voices that reject them. Is there none they will accept? Are you alright? Vane, my name is Vane. Well now, that's the same as our infirmary. I dare say fate has guided you to us. So Vane, if you are feeling up to a little conversation, can you tell me about yourself? Anything else you remember? Anything at all? A proud son of House Zamel, nay, a devout servant of Helone, who lives for the rush of battle, the pleasures inflicting pain, the pleasure inflicting pain, the attentions of maidens, to fight beside my brother in arms. A lowborn runt whose every effort went unrewarded, whose every name disqualified him from ever leading to temple nights. But his eminence raised me up, granted me a place at his side. From that day forth I pledged my sword to his service, pledged my very being, my life to be offered up in his defense, in defense of his. I am a knight of the Heavens Ward, sworn to protect and serve the Archbishop. Oh, you're a knight. Forgive me if that sounded rude, but I had no idea, and while I realize your memories may be a bit muddled, I'm afraid I must inform you that the Heavens Wards have not been seen in quite some time, and are presumed dead. And the Archbishop, well, he's most certainly no longer of this world. Yeah, I killed him. The important thing is you're safe now, and we'll help you get back on your feet. Speaking of which, let me bring some food and water. You must be absolutely famished. The Archbishop? Dead? No, no, this cannot be. How can I still be alive when he is not? I must find him. Poor clone. Davel. Oh, there he is. For the glory of King Thordan. Oh, he's running. He saw me. Another vision, I take it? Yep. I have those a lot. I have those a lot, so much so that people know when it happens. Does make for Ishgard. I expect that Lord Artoriel will return soon, if he has not already, and we should both be glad to hear your tale. Every time it happens, they look at me with. Every time one of these visions happen, I'm sure that other characters look at me and think, "Oh, here comes a potential info dump." Oh, I'm in a fate. Oh wait, no, this is a regular fate. I thought it just threw me into like a duty without warning me. I really like the coloring of Profane Fafnir. Ah, Davel, I pray your search was more productive than mine own. Very more productive. Mainly because of my vision. Everyone is here. Excellent. So are you able to find out Clone and Azaslaw? Nay, not but a discarded Ascalon remained. Have fared you with your own efforts in the Central Highlands. In the course of retracing Vane's steps, we came upon the wreck of the Soleil. I suspect he found the vessel abandoned in Azaslaw and tried to use it to return to Ishgard. But he crashed en route and was subsequently restored by a patrol from Camp Dragonhead. So it would seem, and the Archbishop's airship was not the only thing we found. Profane Fafnir was there too. The creature chose to flee, but not before Davel had a vision of Vane's past. Go on, my friend, share with us what you witnessed. Oh, I do wonder if, like, when I first start getting my visions where I look like I have a headache, I wonder if that's anything like having an iron deficiency, where I stand up too quickly and then I suddenly feel dizzy. I wonder if that looks how it feels. All the pieces fit, and it is as you surmised, my lord. Vane and the clone are one and the same, and in his despair he turned into the blasphemy. Yet the confusion he exhibited when asked his name, 'tis as if he wasn't sure of his own identity. According to the science, primals retain the memories of their previous reincarnations. Yeah, and from what I remember, they were trying to bring back the knights who protected Thornton, those primals. And I guess he has the memories of all of them. From this, it may be assumed that the clone harbors the memories of all those who became King Thornton and his Knights 12. Though he struggled to reconcile those conflicting memories, he managed to settle on the name Vane. The voices within were clearly in agreement when facing Davel, the mere sight of whom drove the blasphemy to flee. Above all, however, they share in the desire to protect the Archbishop. This desire was seared into Vane's very being, and when he learned that he no longer had a purpose, the Heaven's Ward took up arms against us in Ishgard. By their hand were we robbed of one of our finest knights and a dear friend. Even so, I would not wish such a terrible fate upon them. I would. The self-same fate inflicted upon full many clergymen. I think I misunderstood. The whole, like, turning into a blasphemy you wouldn't wish upon them. Yeah, this clone doesn't deserve it. No, if it was the actual Knights 12, they're assholes. The selfsame fate inflicted upon full many clergymen, and a fate I fear ordinary citizens will succumb to if we fail to act. The people will not soon forget the betrayal of our church's leadership. Nor should they, but absent the comfort and stability once afforded to them by the institution, many have become lost and are all too vulnerable to despair. The church can still be a source of comfort, but things need to change. Yep, they can still have their church, but things need to change. thought as much myself, my friend, but to hear you say it as well indeed. When the ground upon which we stand crumbles, we must find the strength to move forward. Even should it cause us pain to do so. Lord Artoriel, at the next house session, I should call for an ecumenical council to be held. My lord, such gathering is reserved for... Oh, you intend for the church to codify this new doctrine. Since the separation of religion and state, we have refrained from interfering in church affairs. But if the church is to remain a part of Ishgardian society, continuing to serving the people, it must reconsider its role and formally address recent revelations. Yes, the church needs to face the facts that the church has been lying this whole time about Ishgard's history and the truth of the Dragon Song War. I would call for this council not as the Lord's speaker, but as a humble adherent of the faith. Long had I considered whether such measures were necessary, but lacked the courage to set them in motion. I now have it thanks to you. I shall tend to the necessary preparations at once. Among other things, we must reach out to those of the clergymen who are amenable to reform. I ask for your patience in the meantime. I can wait like 2 seconds. He is such a good leader. He's able to get all this shit done in like only a few seconds. Ah, Davel, owing to Lord Emmerich's swift action, very swift, I am pleased to say that a ecumenical council will soon be held. In case you are unaware, the council is the highest assembly in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Its purpose to deliberate and decide upon doctrine. The previous one was held no less than 80 years ago, and 4 archbishops have since come and gone. 4? Did I say 40? I meant 4. As such, most Ishgardians know little of it, save that which they have read in the historical records. Traditionally, the Archbishop and members of the Synod would meet behind closed doors. In light of Bishop Varty's fate, however, this time the doors will be thrown open to the public. That's good. I like that. Indeed, for the first time in history, all men and women of the faith may have a hand in shaping the mission and the teachings of the Church. Profane Fafnir is going to make an appearance, isn't he? It is my hope that you will also join us in this endeavor. Deacon Clem, allow me to express our gratitude for your efforts in facilitating the council. We appreciate the difficulty of your position. I merely heed my conscience and my faith, my lord. Acting in Bishop Vardy's stead, I shall do all within my power to see that the Church may serve the people once more. Where's the Lord Speaker, if I may ask? He stepped outside for a moment, saying that he wished to gather his thoughts ahead of the council. The hour draws nigh, however. ... He's in trouble, isn't he? Davel, I shall proceed to the vault with the good deacon. In the meantime, may I ask you to find Lord Emmerich? He should be at the last vigil, I believe. The last vigil, okay. Last vigil. That would be up here. Okay. Up here, over here. There he is. In all his blue glory. His music sounds so thoughtful. Oh, 'tis you, my friend. Is it time already? Yep. I see. My apologies for making you come and fetch me. I've been thinking, Deville, on the path I have chosen to walk, and on those who have been left behind as a consequence of my actions. Those who died fighting, those burdened with boundless grief, those deprived of positions and purpose. Like any nation, Ishgard is made up of disparate souls with disparate beliefs. Without an enemy to unite us, we recall the differences we once set aside out of necessity, and find amongst our old friends new ideological foes. The future I had envisioned, 'tis far more difficult to secure than I have ever imagined. What must I do for our people to live in harmony, for our nation to move forward as well? To move forward as one. Okay. Such questions I have been pondering. We should begin making our way to the council. Shall we continue our conversation while we walk? Yeah, sure. Ready? Then let us be off. If it is agreeable, I would like to look on Fortin's manor. Rick is now accompanying you, keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. Okay. Let's walk. He's so damn tall. Of course, it doesn't help that I picked the shortest option that this race can be. It feels like another age that you and yours were no more than foreign wards of House Fortemps. And in actual fact, it may be considered so. For your coming set in motion a chain of events that brought an end to the Dragon Song War. Ushering in a new age of harmony. You paved the way for meaningful change in our nation, and for that you shall ever have my gratitude. Now then, shall we continue on to the Architects? Yep. Very good that I'm wearing more weather appropriate clothing. Or Beethoven. Why did you like it when people have interesting sounding names? I assume we're meeting in there. King Thordan and his knights 12, the murderers of Ratatoskr. Since the truth of their ancient crime came to light, many have demanded that these images be torn down. Yet though that what our founding fathers did was wrong, neither is it right to simply expunge them and the deeds from history. Getting rid of the statues is not expunging them from history, they'll still be in the history books. To do so would be to deny our people's part in what followed for 1,000 years. We have the chance to forge a new future, but we, as a nation, must decide how we will confront our past. Forgive me, I was lost in thought yet again. Let us join Deacon Clem at the vault. I mean, you could make a museum and put them there. You don't have to tear them down, just relocate them. There's Sir Beethoven's back. talking to Clem up here. There you are, my friends. The council is about to convene. Let us take our place in the audience hall. I assume the blasphemy is going to pop up. I like her outfit. Esteemed members of the clergy, and honored adherents of the faith, I thank you all for your attendance. In recent days, our nation has been racked by a series of tragedies. Those among us who do Halone's work have been transformed into abominations. The dreadful phenomena has been brought about by the final days, and it is upon our despair and anguish that it feeds. Thus, if we are to prevent further tragedy, we must strive to ensure that all Ishgardians, clergymen and citizens alike, abide with peace and love for one another in their hearts. To that end, I called this council, the first in generations, that we might together determine a path forward for the Church and our society as a whole. Since antiquity, the Ishgardian Orthodox Church served the people in two respects, as the Furies' spear to strike at the heart of dragonkind, and as the Furies' shield to safeguard the souls of men. Now that we are at peace with the Dravanians, the Church need no longer serve as the spear, and so we must now reconsider how we might better serve as a shield for our brethren. The hierarchy must be reformed, and for that we need accountability. The upper echelon must be stripped of rank at the minimum, and investigations conducted, trials held, if the evidence is sufficiently damning, and then we may turn our attention to their doctrine of lies. As our predecessors did before us, we of the Synod have never sought to interpret the scriptures to the best of our ability, and thence conveyed Halone's will to the people. Such fervent pursuit of retribution at the expense of doctrine would come also at the expense of our faith. Okay, so be it. Have we won the war to lose our souls? Oh Halone, are we outside your grace? This bit bodes ill. At this rate, someone might turn. Yeah. Look at how small I am compared to everyone. Since the war's end, the Church and the faithful have stood at the crossroads, unable to take the next step forward. His Grace, Bishop Vardy, may he walk in Halone's halls, was one such soul, and in his longing for simpler times, he resorted to using forbidden magics. He succumbed to despair. In our minds, we renounce the lies upon which our nation was built, but in our hearts we yearn for the righteousness. Misguided though it was, that gave us comfort and purpose for so long. So let us not forget who we were. Let us confront the mistakes of the past and learn from them, that we do not repeat the mistakes of our forefathers. Easier said than done, but okay. As fervently as we believed in our sacred duty, we struggled to accept the church's deception and embrace change. The legacy of Thornton weighs heavy, and there's the temptation to simply cast it aside like a mantle that suits us no longer. Yet that would dishonor the sacrifice of those who went before, countless souls who served the people with purest intent, and so heavy though it may be, let us together bear this burden as we set forth anew. Our friend Davel risked life and limb to reveal the truth to us, the truth that our legends and our scriptures were tainted by betrayal, but not wholly corrupted. Though the great walls and the towering spires of our city may have been built with murder and deception, they rest upon a foundation immutable and true, our devotion to Helone, whom we have worshipped since before our forefathers settled these lands. The Church is a font of practical wisdom, and its teachings guide us in our daily lives. Such things define our faith no less than the lies. We can acknowledge our sins without renouncing our religion. Okay. Aye, and without rejecting who we are. A comprehensive review of scripture as well as historical literature will be necessary. Revisions, as appropriate, must be made to ensure that the truth of our past is preserved for future generations. Okay, you're getting somewhere. With your peerless knowledge of church doctrine, I dare say none is better suited to leading that effort than you. I also expect that many eyes will be required to pore over all the tomes. And I know many idle men and women of faith who would jump at the chance to do Helone's work once more. That day so very long ago, I had no answer to my father's words, but it seems the people had it within them all along. I keep forgetting that King Thornton is technically his father. Are we going to deal with Fafnir now? The council went better than I had dared hoped. Truly, while the details remained to be decided, 'twas a resounding success. Your words helped everyone to find common ground. I know not how to thank you. Much credit must go to Davel. In the face of great hardship, never did she ever hesitate to press on, and our people have not forgotten this. Indeed, well do I remember the day you flew into Ishgard upon a dragon's back, making possible the impossible. You inspired us all. If you are in you we glimpsed a fury, a vision of courage in the face of uncertainty. Looking to your example, we shall endeavor to bring about change to the Church, the future of all Ishgardians. There will, of course, still be those souls who struggle to rise above the mire of despair, but my fellows and I shall be there to take their hand in faith and love. Oh, hey, Piper, good to see you. How are you? Long time no talk. Hope you're doing well. Well, that answers my question. I hope you're doing well, despite the back hurting. Back pain is a pain, literally and figuratively. I'm just playing Final Fantasy XIV and doing one of the role quests. There will, of course, already read this. For what is faith if not salvation? Well, I had best return to the cathedral. We have much and more to do. So what hurt your back? Anything in particular, or is it just doing that? Ah, but ere I forget, I have tracked down that which you requested. Some repairs will be necessary, but it will be seen to with all haste. Ah, slept on it wrong. I've done that before. It happens to my arm mostly. Sometimes I wake up and I can't lift my arm a certain way without causing a sharp pain. I tasked the deacon with finding a certain item. You see, a secret weapon, one might say. Given that what we know of profane Fafnir, I suspect it will be of great use in our hunt. Once the repairs are complete, we shall be ready to strike. But yeah, about my arm. It doesn't happen every time because I'm a restless sleeper. I constantly change what side I'm on. Sleep on one side, sleep on the other, sleep on my back, sleep on my stomach. So it only happens rarely. Yeah, being a restless sleeper is annoying. A lot of the times I think people mistake me for a heavy sleeper where I could sleep through anything, but no, I'm just forcing my eyes closed to get more sleep. And I just appear to be someone who is a heavy sleeper. With the church having reached an accord with the people, the risk of more clergymen turning is greatly diminished. You may now focus entirely on the blasphemy. 'Tis time we freed Vane from his torment. Rest while you can, Devel. For I dare say the coming battle would demand the best of us. I really need to talk in the Discord more often. It's been so long since I properly talked in there for a long time. And speaking of Discord, I also need to actually finish mine. It's just been sitting there, waiting for me to do things with it. Oh, I think this is the last, quest of this role quest. And then I can do a different one. Glad tidings, Devel. Since the Ecumenical Council, not a single soul has turned. Safe in that knowledge, we need only think of how to hunt down the blasphemy. Ah, Devel, you are here too. Excellent. I am pleased to say that the secret weapon is ready. We may now look to dealing with profane Fafnir. Oh, that's good. I need to check it out sometime. Have you used the model on stream? If so, I should go back and check. I am pleased to say that the secret weapon is ready. As a guest? Oh, okay. I'm sure I'll see it eventually, either way. I'm pleased to say that the secret weapon is ready. We may now look to dealing with profane Fafnir. As you will recall, when last we encountered it, it was lying in wait by the Solel. An instinct driven by its inherited weapons. Inherited weapons? How the hell did I read memories as weapons? Inherited memories, I believe. It seeks to protect that which is most strongly associated with the Archbishop. In all likelihood, 'twas the self-same motive that compelled it to come to the Holy See. From the skies above, it keeps watch over the Holy Vault. When next it descends, we shall exploit this instinct by using the secret weapon to lure it to the chancel. What exactly is the secret weapon? 'Tis none other than the Fury's Grace, the holy crozier of the Archbishop. Suspecting that Bishop Varty had retrieved it from Azaslaw, I had Deacon Clem search his private quarters. My suspicions proved correct. With the crozier in hand, I shall make an irresistible bait for profane Fafnir. Oh, he's going to use himself as bait. My lord, that is an unconscionable risk. There is no telling how the blasphemy will react. Indeed, but we can be confident that I will command his undivided attention, thus ensuring that no more of our citizens are placed in harm's way. If the Heaven's Ward are the Archbishop's shields, then the Temple Knights are the people's. As leader of the Order, the risk is mine to bear. All the Knights of the Heaven's Ward fell in Azaslaw. As a vessel for their memories, Vayne may be considered the last of their number. Let us go then, and relieve him of this, nay, their duty. Let us see to our preparations and proceed to the vault. We finish this once and for all. Alright, we'll do that. But I need to go to the bathroom real quickly. So, yeah, I'll be back after I do this. Okay, I am back. Time to continue. Am I jumping in boxes again? Okay, where do I need to go? Up there. But yeah, at some point I'll see your model, Piper. I'm sure it looks amazing. The closest place, Tribunal? I go Tribunal. Oh. Incense. If you are ready, then let us set forth. You need but say the word. Word. Here he comes. Beast has come. Now is our chance. It's a nice looking staff. Make ready. To me, my knights. Profane Fafnir. I like that design. The glory of King Thordan. No, you are not he. A trick. It is a trick. Forgive me, Sir Vane, but for the sake of all its guardians, we must strike you down. Okay, let's see if I remember how to properly play Red Mage.
It ends here. You underestimate me.
Too focused on trying to make sure I'm playing properly that I'm not looking at what the NPCs are doing.
Do not underestimate me.
I'm gonna do some healing here.
We must stand our ground. You underestimate me.
Heal, 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 heal. You won't fail, Imric. I'll stand where they're standing. Rick, let me heal you.
This knight does not yield!
And he's dead. I think I was going to do the healer role quests after this. Maybe I should save healer for last. I think I want to do physical ranged. Finally, it is over. Maybe I want to do physical. I think I'll do physical. Thus ends the tale of the Heaven's Ward. Did it not be forgotten? 'Twas wrong of them to conceal the truth of our nation's founding, to abet the Archbishop in his machinations. Yet in peering into their hearts, one thing became clear. They too had succumbed to primal manipulation. They too were victims. Flawed men, aye, and not without sin, but Ishgardians brave and true, as we all aspire to be. Having triumphed in the battle of ideals, I have a responsibility to all our people. Their hopes and dreams, their sorrow and suffering are mine to bear, and bear them I shall. Rick's such a good character. Or had you not vanquished King Thornton, or had I erred in but one of my choices, I may well have been the first to succumb to despair, to be reborn a blasphemy. A ridiculous notion. I'm more like to become a beast than you. Thank you, my friend, for having such confidence in me. My apologies, 'twas not mine intent to wax sentimental. Our work here is done. Let us return to the congregation. Which means I need to go over there. Okay. I'll take the etherite over here. Addy Moo. Wrong area. I need to go in here, not into the inn. Heading to the strategy room? I shall be glad to show you in. There are some few words I would say, but I can't wait. I can wait until Lord Artoriel and Deacon Clem have spoken theirs. Devel, permit me to offer my gratitude for helping us to overcome not only the blasphemy, but the despair which spawned it. But this is only the beginning. On the face of it, we may have made tremendous strides in breaking down ancient barriers within our society, but there yet remain great rifts to be bridged. 'Tis no easy thing to rise above a lifetime of preconceptions and prejudice. I myself have struggled to do so, as you must know. But I shan't give up. On the honor of my house, I will do everything in my power to build a new Ishgard, one in which all people can see eye to eye, regardless of birth or station. Now then, I believe the Deacon has some words for you too. Pray lend him an ear. My Lady Devel, may I say how glad I am that you are safe and well. Just before you arrived, Lord Emmerich explained to me the true nature of the man who became the blasphemy. The poor, confused creature was born of the church's mistakes, and on behalf of the clergy, I give you my heartfelt thanks for laying it to rest. As we both work to reform our institutions and rebuild our relationships with the people, we will remember and pray for all those who have fallen in service to faith. And we shall pray for you as well, wheresoever your path may lead. May the Fury ever watch over you and keep you. I shall leave it at that then. Lord Emmerich too wishes to speak, and would not do to keep him waiting. This is such a good theme. Devel, Lord Artoriel, I thank you for the vital roles you played in ridding us of profane Fafnir. As ever, the sight of you in combat was nothing short of inspiring. With no further reported instances of people turning, and the blasphemy itself no more, I should like to believe we are free of the scourge of despair. My brethren and I shall labor to see that it ever remains so by fighting to dispel the darkness in men's hearts. And I shall fight with you. Not only as the Speaker of the House of Lords or the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, but as a man of faith in our God and in our people. Together, let us strive to fill our nation with hope. Devel, by now you will be sick unto death of being thanked, but I must nonetheless express an additional word of gratitude. Full oft have you saved our nation, our people. I speak not only of our lives, but our hearts and minds as well. You have given us a great gift, that of opportunity and choice, and if we are to repay you for it, we as a nation must take full advantage of our freedom to dictate a new course forward, into a brighter future. What forward means we may not always agree upon, but as fellowish guardians we shall find a way to rise above our differences and stand united. This is the nation that I will strive to build. This I swear to you. Devel, given all that you have done for us, I am loath to impose further, but may I trouble you to bear word of our success to our officer in Razat Han? Oh, I was going there anyway. I've got more chores to do. As the warrior of light/darkness. We will of course be sending a report, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. Our allies would benefit from the additional details you can provide as well. Our thanks again, my friend, and may the Furies speed your way. Of course. Okay. Ratatana, here I go. Here you are. Ah, my Lady Devel, by your return, dare I hope that the hunt for the blasphemy was a success? Yep, very much was. That you would vanquish the beast comes as little surprise, but that this occasion would serve as impetus for the Church to embark upon a path to reform is incredible. We shall share these joyous tidings with our allies without delay.